So with bikes, there's a basic level of mechanical aptitude that's expected, and you don't have a GS, and you're a dentist, consultant, and you're willing to pay 100 quid an hour for a mechanic. I come from modifying cars, and everything's an absolute nightmare usually, even if it's replacing the exhaust system or changing the turbo elbow. The screws are in awkward places, and it's an absolute nightmare. And if you don't have the skills or you don't have the patience or the time, yeah, it might be worth just paying someone to do these things for you, especially if it's electronics. Like, even I don't mess about with electronics too much. I'll put neons on the car. With bikes, you really should just be able to do most things yourself. There's one, the ease of access to bikes. So you can get to anything with doing 3-4 bolts, and also bikes are way more simple mechanically, especially things like this SV, which is over 20-year-old. It's a cart bike. There's nothing really on there that's complicated. Anything I'd reasonably replace with a few YouTube videos or just my existing knowledge, which isn't vast anyway. But there's a lesson which I've learned twice in the past couple of months. Don't forget the simple step in diagnosing an issue, because I've spent a month trying to go through cleaning the carbs on this thing to fix what I thought was a fuel air mixture issue, and I was at the point of just about to balance the carbs, which, if you've done it before, it's a bit of a nightmare and a bit of a mess up. After, like I say, spending hours and hours trying to sort what I thought was this fuel air issue, turns out to just be that I hadn't adjusted the idle mixture. It was set to 0.9k. It must have been knocked at some point, maybe by the previous owner, and it's just become an issue now that the weather's got colder. I wouldn't have spent money on seafoam, which is like 20 quid for a bottle these days, and just hours messing on. And a similar problem I've had with the rear brake, which was working great first time you press it, and then every press after that for a period of time I would lose braking pressure. So I end up buying new lines and take the brakes apart multiple times, but never hit them apart fully. After spending like the best part of 100 quid on new Hell and Venhill lines, it turns out that it's literally just a 70p seal on the master cylinder pot that's allowing a little bit of fluid to leak over. When I took the brakes apart fully, the pots were coming in, but less each time, and it's literally just a bit of fluid is leaking over the top. But because I assumed that the problem was more complicated, or maybe there was pressure in the lines, or there was air trapped somewhere which wouldn't bleed out no matter how much I tried, and yeah, ended up almost replacing the full system. It just ends up being the simplest thing, which is that the seals are dead. So yeah, super easy lesson there. Actually follow the steps of diagnosis. Don't just assume that there is a massive problem with everything. I have a tendency to overthink things. This is an exact example of that happening twice on the bike within a month or two.